Hey everybody, I'm not on camera, so I do apologize. Totally not on camera, but that is okay because what I'm about to say, I don't think I really need to be on camera for. That's not where the receipt is at. It's actually on the screen. Shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. I'm just waiting for people to come in here. I know that there was like a confusion on the scheduling of this, but I just had to say something real quick because I literally was very triggered by something that I read that I'm like, oh my God, like this is just next level evilness, next level. We don't understand uh, the gravity of this situation, okay? I'm live right now, everybody. Make sure you guys, do what you do. Okay, let me tell you what's going on. So, I was looking on the internet, okay, which is what I do, and I stumbled upon a Facebook post from Abby Blabby. Abby Blabby does true crime. She covers various true crime cases. Well, Abby Blabby, I guess, somebody from the Haro family got a hold of Abby Blabby and told her what happened to this 10-week-old baby. Okay. I'm going to read her post. She's got pictures in there. And listen, I typically wouldn't show pictures or anything like that, but because Abby Blabby got in contact with family, I think it's okay to show since the family is allowing this to happen, okay? They're allowing this so people are aware of what the hell actually happened to this little 10-month-old. I'm sorry, I like clicked. I'm literally shaking. Um, she writes on October 18th, 2018, Jake Haro and Vanessa Avina's 10-week-old daughter was admitted to Hemet Valley Hospital after she was severely beaten. She barely survived. I was contacted by Avina's cousin, who adopted her and has taken care of her every day since the brutal attack. Okay. Promise Faith, formerly known as Caroline Rose, turned 7 on July 31st. As a result of what was done to Promise, she has to breathe using a trach tube, needing frequent suctioning so she doesn't suffocate on her own mucus. She is blind. She cannot walk. She cannot talk. She only has 3% of her brain function left and is 100% dependent on all care. In addition to adopting their daughter, the cousin and her husband also adopted Jake and Vanessa's son, Carlos, formerly known as Jake Mitchell Haro number 2. Carlos, who is 8 years old, was born with fetal alcohol syndrome, so FAS. All right. So Jake Haro didn't just lose custody of one child that, he sent to the hospital with Vanessa, his former wife, right? He lost custody of another child. Okay. This other child was born with FAS, so fetal alcohol syndrome. So Vanessa, okay, the former wife who Jake was married to, received numerous DUIs while pregnant with Promise. But miraculously, she was born healthy. Baby girl was born healthy. All of her ailments began after she was beaten and abused. How could someone almost murder their own baby and not go to prison for it? And then have more kids that aren't immediately taken by CPS. After hearing the details of what he did to his daughter, I'm convinced more than ever that the baby Emmanuel was never kidnapped and that Jake and Rebecca Haro know exactly where he is and what happened. And I want to add that I think the cousin and her husband are amazing, wonderful people. Shout out to them because they did adopt. And these are pictures, Abby Blabby has permission to share these pictures. Yeah, I'll drop the link for everybody. Abby Blabby has permission to share these pictures. So I'm okay. I feel okay sharing these pictures, but I think it's important for people to know just the extent. This was the baby at 10 weeks. Okay. This was the baby at a 10-week-old baby. Like, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen. Okay. This is her as she's growing up. This is her life right now. Baby she just had a birthday. She just turned 7. This is what they did to her. Okay? And this is her sibling. This is when they did their adoption. 4 years and 10 days later, our adoption is finalized. I'm so happy that they were both able to find, a forever home, and it was family. Like, I'm so happy that this happened to them and they were able to finalize and change their names and everything. But that should give you an idea of what the hell they did to their 2 children. Okay? It wasn't just one child, guys. It was 2. 2 children. So I have every right, and I think everybody's got every right to feel lit about this situation right here. Okay? This thing with the lawyer that came up and said, we're misunderstanding the charges, that is really, he did his time. Okay. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Who does this to their own children and only gets, guys, 6 years of work release? 6 years of work release? And that's it? And so that he's able to go out there and procreate and make other babies. And now here it is, history repeating itself. And I hope and I pray that I'm wrong about this. I truly do, but I don't know if I believe anything that they're putting out there at this point. Okay? This was literally dropped 25 minutes ago on Abby Blabby's page on Facebook. All right? It should just give you an idea. And I'm glad. Look at the cousin reached out to Abby Blabby and gave these she didn't have to do that. She didn't have to reach out to the cousin or any, like, none of this. She didn't have to share this with us, but she did. And I think that the cousin knows why she did it, because there's clearly something going on. And she's like, listen, they did it to a 10-week-old. He was there. Yes, the mom, Vanessa, she's just as responsible, clearly. Lady was drinking. She didn't give a crap about, her kids. I mean, clearly, we get that. But I mean, look at this. It's I don't know. This baby right here, it's like, what is going on? Why is it so hard? What is it so hard to even find out just the basic information of what really happened? Why was she knocked out the way that she was? And why was she targeted? That's what I want to know. I know, shout out to Mel. He was reporting on that there was a fire and it was like, I think it was a separate incident or something. But in this, I'm sorry, y'all, this does trigger me, and I did share that with my Discord. I told everybody, I was like, listen, y'all, this triggers me. Like this, we look at pattern of behaviors, and this is why I have a hard time with, kid cases when it comes to, I don't know. Something told me to talk about this case, and maybe it was time for me to talk about this case. Out of all the cases that I've been able to talk about, this was one of them. I don't know. Um, but yes, you said it just burned down to the ground. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to investigate to figure out if there's a connection there. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that baby. No, he doesn't. And not only that, I heard the same thing too, Cheeks, that baby was behind on vaccines. Okay, on shots. Y'all, like, what? How are you behind? It burned down 4 houses? That's crazy. So, and I'm not a fan, let me tell you guys, I'm not a fan of showing, but I honestly think that this is one exception that I could make, okay? Where we do need to show just what Jake Haro did along with Vanessa, his ex-wife, Avina, did to a 10-week-old child. Okay? She barely survived. She was severely beaten. It wasn't like, oh, the baby rolled over and broke her leg, or they accidentally dropped the baby. No, how do you severely beat a 10-week-old baby? I don't get that. How do you severely beat a child? Child can't speak out, so much so that only 3% of her brain functions, and she depends on everybody to care for her? What? I think so too. It's giving that. It's giving I'm hiding from any doctors to be able to ask questions. This makes no sense, y'all. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. And so then when the lawyer comes after and he's like, well, my client, he did his time and no, your client, I'm sorry, y'all, totally not correct, but he should have gotten castrated. He should not have been able to have any more children because clearly he doesn't know how to be a father. Okay. And same goes for the mother. It goes both ways. When people treat their children this way, I'm sorry. And I know it sounds evil and totally like not humane, but don't tell me that what they did to this baby was humane, because it wasn't. I'm sorry. Some of these people you just don't have children if you won't be doing this shit. You're not gonna do that. All right? Cut the ovaries, cut the balls, cut it off. I do not give it if. I don't. Okay? I don't. I just can't. I can't deal with it. Like I even seeing this is just so sad to me. So this creator was contacted by Avina's cousin who adopted her and taken her care of her every day. They so much so that and I'm so glad that they changed this baby's name. Okay, she just turned 7. All right, and literally she just can't function. She needs help. She needs help. I don't want to hear. I do not. When his mother, this guy's when his oh my god, I gotta blow up this picture. When his mother came up there and said they would never do anything to those kids. Oh, my son, bitch. F your son. Are you kidding me? Literally. I'm sorry. I'm going off. I know I am, but I cannot, man. When she said over there defending her son, y'all, like oh no no no. I'm not buying it, y'all. I am not buying it. Okay? Exactly, Vic. It's one thing. If y'all don't want your children, please do me a favor, relinquish your rights. You're able to do that. I hate to say it that way, but if you don't want your children, just relinquish your rights, man. Just do. You don't want to pay for nothing, just do that. Okay? Don't 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 take it there. Don't get this way. It is just so sad, and it literally just brought tears to my eyes reading this, and I was like, "Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh man." I just couldn't believe it, y'all. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe this shit. But, you know, these two are the only ones that know what actually happened at the end of the day. She knows what happened. She knows what happened. And if she has any kind of conscience, if she has if any motherly instinct came out of her, I truly hope, okay, that she'll say something. All right. Because people can have kids. People can have kids. Anybody can be a parent, y'all. Anybody can become a parent. Okay. It's easy to make kids. It's different to raise them, y'all. Honestly. They impounded the car. And thank you, Wim. I saw that. I'm sorry. I'm like really I'm having a moment, man. So thank you so much for gifting. I appreciate it. They definitely know. And I'm praying that she has a little bit of if she has any instinct in her heart or any of that mothering, cuz like I said, some of that just because you have a child doesn't really come natural for some folks. I don't think she gives a shit, honestly. How could you? How could you give a shit? I don't know what it is. I think she's covering. She's covering. She's covering for her man. How pathetic. How pathetic and weak. And he's not worth it. Um, shit, man, it's crazy, man. That's crazy. I'll never understand, and I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna say some shit that just doesn't make sense to some people. I'll never understand the women that pick their men over their children. I'll never get that shit. I will never get that. Maybe it's because I've given birth to three, and it's like people come and go. People come and go. I'll never understand how men, how women will do that, and I think that that's what it is. Um, she's either part of it or covering for it or something. I'll never get it, man. You'll never, never, never. Yeah, but it's like you know, she had to have known a little bit of what she had to have known something, or she just blatantly ignored it. Okay, people make mistakes in their life, right? But it wasn't just one child, guys. I mean, we heard about the 10-week-old. There was another child that was born with FAS. And let me tell you, I get it. Mom is drinking alcohol, right? What could the father have done? You know what? I don't want to hear that shit, because it takes two to tango. It takes two to make children, and a father and a mother are needed just the same way, right? And sometimes when one is absent, another one's got to pick up the slack for both. But I don't want to hear that shit, because people can be held accountable. You should be held accountable if you're drinking and you're pregnant, like what the or smoking and you're pregnant, and that affects the child's development. Okay, so what did the father do to figure that out? Huh? Did he stay with her? Did he allow her to keep drinking and smoking? Did he decide, you know what, babe, let's go get you some help. Let's go do something. We got to figure this out. These are our kids, right? These are our fruits, right? Did he do something about it, or did he just let it ride? I don't know. And yeah, for those that are kind of confused, like which mother are we talking about? For those that are confused, let me be very clear. Eh, Again, sorry, and I know I'm all over the place. So Jacob Haro, or excuse me, not Jacob, Jake, that's his name. Jacob is a whole different name. Jake Haro was married to a woman named Vanessa Avina before Rebecca Haro. Okay. So Jake and Vanessa had children. Okay. And in 2018, they brutally beat their 10-week-old baby. He, I think, went to prison for 180 days. Okay. And then he cut a plea deal. He's a felon. And then just recently, last year, he picked up a felony for weapons charge. Okay. So he did that there. That did happen. Right. So he's moved on. They've divorced, whatever. He's met a new woman by the name of Rebecca Haro. Rebecca Haro has a 7-month-old baby. Sounds like it's her first baby. And, this is the baby that's missing, allegedly, right? As if we are to believe that. Literally. I don't believe it. None of us do. Yeah, it was a plea deal. It was literally a slap on the wrist, guys. It is a mess. It is a mess. Yeah, he had a few. He's out here baby making, literally. This is why I'm like, why the hell is he allowed to put his at like? How do you mess up a child's life where only 3% of her brain is functioning? And and then the lawyer's like, we helped him get a plea deal. What? This system is so messed up, y'all. I mean, this is right up there with Quentin Simon. This is very close to fucking Gabriel Hernandez. All these kinds of cases. Like once you do that, I don't get it. I don't get it. But hey, I have to go, guys. I just had to get that out of my chest. That because we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Okay, so just know we're gonna have a talk about this more tomorrow. But I'm kind of like that person. I worked in CPS for 10 plus years, and I would see these kinds of cases, and I could tell you all some horrible stories. But let me just say this: like it literally, the PTSD from this is just so heavy. So I'm reading this, and I'm like, oh my goodness, no, like it's almost like, there's no EAP for YouTube, but I'm processing this. And what I've learned is, when you have PTSD, you kind of have to, like, for me at least, I talk things out and process them out loud because it helps out. But I just had to talk to you guys about that. And thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate it. we're gonna talk tomorrow, okay? And I'm probably gonna take something to sleep because this is gonna mess with my head. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Wim, again, and thank you, Candalee. Thank you so much for being a member for 26 months, love. Thank you. Sorry, I gotta go, y'all. You guys have a good night, okay? I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.